What's up guys, my name is Aaron. This is going to be my review of Views by Drake. Views is the fourth studio album by the Canadian rapper Drake. He's just come off of two projects, What a Time to Be Alive, and If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and he considers those mixtapes even though he sold those for profit. Drake is like one of my favorite rappers. He's probably in my top three with Future, Drake, and Kanye. It kind of goes like that. I've been a huge fan of Drake ever since I heard So Far Gone. I just love his sound that kind of sounds different from everybody else. It's very like chilly and cold, and it just feels like, you know, driving at night whenever I listen to his albums. And I love how like personal he is in his songs, and like how unafraid he is to, you know, kind of show what he feels. And because of that also, I do look at his albums more critically, so I listened to the album a lot of times. I took notes, and this is really just my kind of like final verdict on the album. I thought it was a solid album, but overall it was a disappointment, especially in comparison to his peers like Kanye, Beyonce, Kendrick, people like that. The production is like, I would say 70% of what you would expect from Drake. It's that like Toronto sound that 40 is, you know, known for. 40 is Drake's producer, and he's been producing on his albums ever since So Far Gone. The sound is like rooted in like 90s hip hop and R&B. The album samples artists ranging from Mary J. Blige to DMX. Like examples of those type of songs are like Redemption, You With Me, or Weston Road Flows. And I just love like how moody and like atmospheric and like kind of sparse. He also has the, you know, bangers that Drake's been known for the past few years. Songs like Grammys, which features Future, Still Here, and Hype. They kind of have that same feel as his moody R&B songs, but they're more mechanical and they're like rap songs, so it's just a little bit more trap inspired and stuff, and it sounds great in a car. But this album, he kind of branches out with a lighter, like a more like dance feel. Like some of the songs have like a Caribbean dance hall Afropop feel, which kind of breaks up the monotonous feelings that, you know, Drake albums are known for. He has songs like Controlla, One Dance, With You, and Too Good featuring Rihanna, which is probably my favorite track on the entire album. I just love how warm and like inviting that song feels with the production, and that makes sense because of the production, because that was produced by 1985, who produced Division's album, and that album just feels so like rooted in like making you feel like warm and cozy. I don't know, I just really like that song. There are barely any features on this album, which wasn't a huge problem with me when his last album, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, because that album, it felt a little bit more varied with like rapping and singing stuff, but this album kind of feels like one long song to me. There are some great features like Future on Grammys, who's just kind of continuing his kind of debauchery and just like how he just doesn't feel like he cares about anything outside of partying and drugs and that lifestyle. I just love whatever Future can get a chance to do something like that. You have Division on Faithful, and the singer Daniel Delay delivers like a really nice like I don't know if he'll call it a verse, but whenever he sings, it sounds really good. Majid Jordan on Summer's Over interlude is probably more passionate than anything I've heard on their solo debut album, and it was kind of weird that this is like a minute and 50 seconds, and this sounds so much more passionate and more emotional than anything that album had to offer, and that was a really good feature on their part. Rihanna on Too Good is probably my favorite feature on the entire album, because this album was dominated by Drake or either guys. A woman's presence on this song just made it seem a little bit more like inviting and a little bit more different. I just loved her presence on the song, and her vocals on the song were really strong, kind of continuing the, you know, theme that she had with Anti. Thing that a major problem with the album is that his lyrics and his themes haven't evolved at all. I'm fine with his production and stuff sounding the same, and like how his like kind of like the same type of beats and the same type of song structuring, but what I really liked about If You're Reading This Is Too Late and What a Time to Be Alive is that Drake's like content was changing because of his increased stature in hip hop. He was more like confident with what he was saying in his songs, and it didn't just sound super mopey and super like depressing all the time. There was a lot more to his music, and I feel like this album kind of regresses back to Thank Me Later and Take Care, which were cool albums when they were released, but I feel like at this point Drake is so much more than just a sad sack type of rapper. Whenever he does sound more energized and stuff, it just makes it sound, it just makes him seem more of a multifaceted artist. And even like on those like I guess simp and insecure songs, he even sounds on points problematic. Like think of the song Child's Play. He's like being like really condescending to this hood girl that he's with and like talking down to her, and he's like scolding her for acting the way that she is. And I'm just like, why are you even in a relationship with this person? Why are you making this song about this person? It just sounds really like, I wouldn't say classist, but it's just like he's like looking down on her because of like their different statures in life, and it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. It just sounds kind of misogynistic the way that he's talking about this girl, and I kind of understand that it's a joke, but with an artist like Drake, who's kind of made his whole persona based on being kind of like the nice guy and stuff, it just kind of contradicts what he's been doing, and it kind of makes him seem a little bit more manipulative and like sinister. I don't know, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Even though like the song sonically would probably be my favorite, I just love like New Orleans bounce to the song and just 40s like production with the track, and like the warm sax that's playing out throughout the song is just really like warm and inviting and stuff. But it's just like when you hear that like subject matter with the song, it just kind of makes you feel a little bit conflicted on how you feel about the song. That's just my opinion on the song though. And then he has like kind of like cringe worthy like lyrics on the album too. Take Pop Style, which has this says something Channing Tatum. That was just a really cringe worthy line. Like it just shouldn't have been on the album. And then they removed Kanye's like verse, which was probably one of his best featured guest appearances in years, and they added another Drake verse, which wasn't that great. I don't know, that song was just not a good song to me. I also feel like this album is overlong for kind of no reason. You could easily like cut the songs Pop Style, One Dance, Views, and With You, and you would probably still get the gist of the album, and it wouldn't be 80 minutes long, which this album really didn't need to be. Yeah, overall I thought this album was kind of a disappointment in comparison to Drake's previous albums and like the direction he was moving towards, and especially in like the huger scheme of like urban hip hop and R&B music. This compared to people like Kanye with his Risk making The Life of Pablo. You have like Beyonce with Lemonade, and how that album is just so, especially for a pop artist of her stature, it's just really crazy that she did that and it worked so well. There are a few standouts on the album like Too Good and Still Here, but I don't feel like it's justified by, you know, how lackluster the rest of the album is. Overall, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I still enjoyed some songs on it, but I had to like kind of shut my Stan brain off and just kind of look at the album kind of objectively. Yeah, so those are kind of my thoughts. What did you guys think? Did you like the album? Did you hate the album? Let me know, and thanks for watching. Alright, bye.